Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ms. TV Total Football. We're bringing the latest transfer news today. We've got a lot of Club World Cup news as well, but we're going to hold that for the second video. Hopefully we get another video later on today on this channel. That's the plan. That's the intention. We'll see what happens. Fluminense, ladies and gentlemen. These Brazilian clubs, they're doing a madness at Club World Cup, and we're going to talk about that. But right now, transfer news in relation to Arsenal Football Club. To all the Arsenal fans, get ready. Rub your hands. Let me know what you're thinking about all the transfer business or some of the links and whatnot that that's happening with your club. I mean, I know, I get it. There's not much really happening with Arsenal Football Club that you want to see in certain areas, for example, as in the striking position, in wings. But you've got yourself another midfielder. Now, this news, there was a here we go for this news a while back. There was a here we go for Martin Zubimendi, ladies and gentlemen. Zubimendi, that has the person that has snubbed Liverpool Football Club last summer has now joined. It's not official yet, but it looks like it will be official within the next few days or so. What's happening? Arsenal getting all of these midfielders. There's talks about Partey. Thomas Partey seems like he might be leaving off the back of this latest purchase in midfield. They've got themselves Declan Rice. They've got Mikel Merino. Now Zubimendi, and Jorginho obviously has left the football club. He's joined Flamengo. He's Flamengo, who flamed Chelsea Football Club a couple of days ago. Well, yeah, literally a couple of days ago. What is going on with Arsenal getting all of these midfielders, and when they really should be focusing on getting themselves a striker? Let's really assess Arsenal, right? I feel like it's high time that we really assess Arsenal. You see the way Manchester City are bolstering. They've got themselves Ryan Cherki, they've got themselves Marmoush, they've got themselves Ryan Nuri, they've got themselves Reinders, and so on and so forth. They look like they are serious. They don't want to mess about next season one bit. Liverpool, we're going to get to some Liverpool news. They're getting rid of some of the players that don't fit anymore, and they're bringing in players that are absolutely going to be explosive for them. Frimpong, Kerkez news that has just broke literally in the last 24 hours. Florian Wirtz, and they're also looking to add another striker on top of all of this business. So Arsenal Football Club, in all honesty, you guys have missed the trick, man. You've missed the trick over the last 2 to 3 seasons where you really should have done your level best to win it. Now, off the back of last season, where honestly, you guys were primed to win the Premier League and you didn't do it, where Liverpool just blitzed everyone. It was, you were destined to get that. You were destined to win the league last season. You were primed to win it, and you didn't win it. You didn't do your level best to get that trophy, that big title, and you weren't able to do ultimately anything in the Champions League either. Now you find yourself in a predicament where Liverpool and Manchester City, they've really bolstered, they've really upgraded, and all you're going around doing is getting midfielders. Now, talking about Martin Zubimendi, a good player. I've seen him a few times for Real Sociedad. I've seen him for Spain as well. He's a good player, but is he a needle mover for Arsenal Football Club? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to change the landscape of Arsenal and change the landscape of the Premier League and really make them compete against Liverpool and Manchester City. I don't think this guy does that. He's a quality player. Now, what this screams out to me is Mikel Arteta is looking for more control. I think Arsenal over the last 12 months, and I'm starting to see a lot more now as well with the transfer business of Martin Zubimendi, is that Mikel Arteta is obsessed with controlling games. He's obsessed. Arsenal are no longer there to entertain and score a lot of goals. I mean, of course, they're gonna try and do that. Every now and then there'll be that odd game where they're gonna pump someone by a mile. But their biggest objective now is control. Don't let the opposition have any sniff of an opportunity to do any type of damage, and pretty much lock down the game. Get yourself that goal, couple of goals, shut up shop, and that's it. See the match out and have players like Zubimendi, have players like whoever else that they've got, Declan Rice and Mikel Merino, Odegaard, all of these type of players, and just lock things up. I think this is what Arsenal and Arteta are going for. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. Arsenal fans, are you happy? Are you happy? How are you not yet in the market strongly linked with buying yourself a striker? Sesko, not Sesko. You're curious, not you're curious. What's going on? Why is it taking so long for Arsenal to, put someone down in that striker position ASAP? Or are you thinking about going with Kai Havertz again next season? Kai Havertz, I'll tell you right now, yeah, sure, he's done okay as a striker, but he ain't going to win you that Premier League title. He ain't going to win you Champions League either. It's just not the ideal solution up front. He'll do a job, of course. It looks like he is improving, but he is not going to be your lethal weapon up front that's going to bang in 20 plus goals. In fact, even 25 plus goals if you're looking and if you've got the aspiration of winning the Premier League. So, yeah, Arsenal fans, let me know. And Gabriel Jesus and all of those other options that they have up front, Trossard and whatnot, it's just not going to cut it, I believe. This is coming from David Ornstein, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Zubimendi in London to meet Arsenal officials and complete formalities of transfer to Emirates Stadium. 26-year-old Spain international midfield joins from Real Sociedad in deal long since regarded at Arsenal FC as done plus signed. So, look, Arsenal fans, let me know your thoughts about Martin Zubimendi. As I said, decent signing, but it's not a needle mover. Great, you've got the player, because seems like you've got a little bit of a gap. And Thomas Partey, if anything, I think losing Thomas Partey is a huge factor for Arsenal, man. Thomas Partey is a big component of that midfield. He is one that allows for Arsenal to progress, and he defends, he shields that Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes perfectly, and he's excellent on the ball. He finds those very good passes from deep, which Declan Rice struggles with. He struggles with. So now you're taking away Thomas Partey. Looks like maybe Martin Zubimendi might be playing that position. You better hope that Martin Zubimendi can stack up to the physicality of the Premier League, which I think will be a big question mark. This was a few months ago when Fabrizio Romano said that here we go for Martin Zubimendi. Arsenal agreed deal to sign Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad. Here we go. Zubimendi has now verbally agreed to sign a long-term deal, so formal steps must follow soon with Arsenal to trigger 60 million release clause. There you go. That was the release clause. And Zubimendi, it's all done and dusted. This is the latest tweet, I believe. After his visit to Arsenal headquarters, Martin Zubimendi also spoke to Mikel Arteta again, and he's 100% new Arsenal player. Official statement being prepared as final step of the story, but never in doubt. Zubi will play for Arsenal. There was a bit of doubt in between where maybe he was going to Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid. And over the last 24 to 48 hours, all of that doubt has sort of cleared out. And it's now confirmed that he will join Arsenal. Obviously, we are all waiting for that official announcement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next story. Darwin Nunez remains Napoli's priority and dream target as center striker. The club won't advance close on different options until they have a chance to get Nunez. Talks will continue next week in order to understand how, if transfer fee and salary can be possible. I mean, look, this will be a very good signing for Napoli. Let me tell you something about Darwin Nunez. Very interesting, right? This is my feelings about him. I think he's a good striker, He just obviously he's struggled to finish in the Premier League. Simple moments, simple situations where it feels like he should be scoring a goal here and he doesn't. And then the most difficult situations, he goes out there and he scores. I feel for this player, if he goes to someone like Napoli or Serie A, anyone in Serie A, or even in the Spanish league, I feel like he's gonna bang. I really do feel he's gonna bang, and he's potentially gonna become a very, very good player and a top player that's going to score a lot of goals. So look, Antonio Conte, he knows what he's doing. Antonio Conte wants to go into next season, obviously wanting to win the Serie A again, make it double. And in the Champions League as well, Conte hasn't won the Champions League, and I'm sure he's going to aspire to do his level best. They've already got Lukaku. Add Darwin Nunez as as a rotational option and someone who's going to start as well. Maybe you can play with both Nunez and Lukaku. Who knows? Conte might find a new solution. KDB is there as well, so it'll be interesting. Kevin De Bruyne's through balls. Can Darwin Nunez make the most out of it? If he can't make the most out of KDB, then I'm telling you, you're not going to make the most out of no one. But once again, Liverpool, on the contrary, getting rid of a player that's not working out for them, and they might be in the market for a striker. Yes, they can use Cody Gakpo there, but I do think the Isak links, which we'll talk about down the track if it ever becomes serious, I think their first choice is Isak. Liverpool are moving mad, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting rid of the right players and they're bringing in right players in. Darwin Nunez, I feel like, of course, they've seen enough, Liverpool, and it's time to part ways. Liverpool fans, let me know your thoughts, how you feel about Darwin Nunez leaving your football club, and potentially you guys getting a striker, whether it's Ekitike, whether it's Isak. I'm pretty sure Isak is the number one choice. Liverpool are looking very, very serious. More Liverpool news, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool reach agreement with Bournemouth to sign Milos Kerkez, deal for 21-year-old left back. See, that's the type of kid. 21 is still young. That's the type of young player that Chelsea love this young project. That's the type of young player that I'd love to see at Chelsea Football Club. Deal for 21-year-old left back worth around 40 million, and it's good fees as well. It's nice fees. You're not blowing the landscape and breaking the bank to bring in players. They're doing good business. 40 million plus now. On to document stage. Hungary international expected to undergo medical next week and join Liverpool from AFCB Bournemouth on 5-year contract. Hungarian. I had no idea Milos Kerkez was Hungarian. He's going to meet his compatriot Szoboszlai there as well. So look, fantastic, great purchase for Liverpool again. Liverpool really stamping their authority in this transfer window. For me, they are 10 out of, in fact, they're 15 out of 10 in this transfer market already, which hasn't ended, and they're looking to do more damage. They want to build a legacy next, not just that the fact that they want to win the Premier League next season, also the Champions League, but they want to build a legacy. I think they want to win the Premier League for the next 2-3 seasons if they can. The way they are shaping the team up, it is starting to look very, very scary. How do you compete against that? I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Martin Zubimendi, Arsenal fans, how you feel about this? I just feel like it's not really a needle mover. You need to do more business. And Liverpool, ladies and gentlemen, getting rid of Nunez to Napoli. Let me know that thoughts of yours as well. Nunez to Napoli and how he's going to do with Antonio Conte. And also Liverpool getting rid of Nunez, perhaps getting a striker in the likes of Ekitike or Isak is their big target. And also they've added Milos Kerkez. Unbelievable business that's happening with Liverpool. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.